Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Tuesday, the 24th of May, 2016. Hope you're having a good trading week. It was a slow start, but we had some winners anyways. On Monday, market did very, very little, very narrowly contained. We'll see that when we look at the intraday action. Here's a look at the daily chart of the ES. This is the front month futures contract on the broad market. This is the correct way to look at the market from a daily perspective. You can see the 13 sell signal back at the beginning of April we talked about, and the risk line that has contained the market from that signal. We had swept the lows the other day, held it, and then very, very boring here so far. But just to be clear, make no mistake about it, the signal is still in effect, and it isn't leading to any big decline at this point in time, but it has not exhausted yet. So the bias still needs to be the downside until proven otherwise. Doesn't mean we can't go up, doesn't mean we can't break the signal, but these signals are 70 to 80% accurate, and until you get the end of the signal, um, that's the bias. So it's not exciting, but it's still in effect. Let's take a look at what's happened today on everything we look at. Got a new 9-bar startup phase complete on crude oil, which closed at 48.10, which was up 2 cents. We had gold down $3.30, not much there. S&P closed down 4 points at the end of the day, but look at that candle, so narrow and inside the range of the prior one. NDX lost $7.80. That's also a non-event for the NASDAQ. SOX up 4 on a little gap. Not much there. Biotech's up 17. That's a blip for the biotechs. VIX closed up 62 cents at 1582, still trying to drift higher. That would lead the market to pretty much drift lower. Another high reading on the trend of 1.48 keeps the 10-day moving average up at 1.16, which doesn't help us. NASDAQ volume closes right on the 10-day moving average of 1.7 billion shares a day for a Monday. Again, it was the first day of a new option cycle, so it wasn't very exciting, but also didn't have to be, but sure was, as bad as it gets, really. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ plus 155, so almost no breadth there. Advanced decline ratio on the New York was negative 34. 34 more stocks down than up, pretty much even market breadth on the NASDAQ, on the New York Stock Exchange. Google, or Alphabet, whatever you want to call it, down $4.46. That's a blip. Apple up $1.21. That's a little better. Amazon lost 6, but who cares when you're Amazon and just recently at new highs. Netflix up $2.40. All right, so let's take a look at the intraday action. We will switch this back to 5-minute candles and look at the market. You can see Friday with options expiration. This is, I try to explain to people all the time, you have to know your environment and the importance of options expiration, which is typically boring. And sometimes the first day of the new option cycle, which is Monday, can be boring as the money rolls in to both sides of the market for protection. And so if you look at the last 2 days combined, what do you get? You get the gap up Friday, a little push for 30 minutes, and that was it for the day. Dead flat, that covered the range basically. And then Monday, a dead flat opening and just a dead flat day all the way across. Not very exciting, unfortunately. One of the flattest days we've seen in a while. It was weird, too, because volume was good early on, but ended up drifting off late in the day. So no action on the volume that we had. For data on Tuesday, new home sales 30 minutes into the market, and that's about it. On Wednesday, I'm going to tell you now, we've got the MBA Mortgage Index at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, International Trade in Goods Advanced Look at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and the FHFA Housing Price Index 30 minutes before the market. And then crude oil inventories, that's the weekly number an hour in. There's a reasonable chance there will not be a market preview on YouTube going tomorrow night going into Wednesday, but I will be back for Wednesday night going into Thursday. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal 12. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Tuesday and maybe Wednesday.